Hey guys, it's Holly, so welcome back to Holly Can't Answer. Now, a couple of weeks ago, I asked you guys if you wanted to make this more of a recurring thing, like every 2 weeks, because I felt like the questions sometimes would be a bit out of date by the time the next one would roll around, and a lot of you guys seem to like that idea, so here we go. I'm not going to make it any more frequent though. Once every 2 weeks is enough. I don't want you to get sick of me and me answering questions and pretending like I'm on some sort of press tour or talk show type of thing, okay? So the first question is, what's the best movie you ever saw in theaters? Now, I don't know if you mean specifically movie or also referencing like best movie experience you saw in theaters, but I guess I could put it down to one of two things. The first one being Ready Player One. I think that was the best movie I ever saw in theaters because I didn't know what to expect going in. I knew Steven Spielberg was directing and that's about it. And I loved that movie. It surprised me. It was really entertaining and I really enjoyed it. And I don't know how to explain it. I haven't watched the movie since, but I just know that it was an amazing time when I'm at the theater. And I know there's some people that are going to be like, oh, but it's based off the book and the book's better than the movie. But like, I just wanted a fun time at the cinema and that gave me it, and it's something I hadn't experienced in a long time. I loved it. But I think hands down one of the best movie experiences has to be tied between either The Force Awakens, Infinity War, and Avengers Endgame. And I think out of the two of them, I think I'm gonna have to go Infinity War because of just how gut-wrenching and like traumatizing that was to go and see on opening night. Like it was horrifying, like watching all of that happen. Also, there was someone who looked oddly like Tom Holland mixed with like his best friend Harrison that like walked past in the theater, and I just like could not believe it. And then to like see Spider-Man die at the end of Infinity War, it was a lot. Spoiler warning, I mean that movie's been out for long enough. I mean it's one of the most highest grossing films of all time, so like I feel like I didn't need to say that. So if you haven't seen it, sorry, you're a bit late though. What made you start YouTube and why did you come back? I honestly don't really know why I started. I think it's like the classic kids thing is that I watched a bunch of people doing it and a bunch of people making videos on this stuff. Like I was watching The Brick Show and The Brick Queen and Nitro 99 and Lego Show reviews I think popped up as well when I like first started, and I just loved watching that content. And I just got like some CMFs and like a few other sets, so I just grabbed basically any Lego I had and I was like, I want to try this out. I want to do stuff like that just like a lot of other kids do. And I really enjoyed it for the time I did it, and then I think I just slowly got bored with the idea and then got hooked on a different hobby or a different task and things like that. And in terms of why I came back, it's purely because we got the Harry Potter sets early and America didn't, and I was like, if I was in that position, I'd want to watch a bunch of reviews on it. So I was like, you know what? I'll make the reviews on it this time, and I got very fortunate and very lucky, and now I get to edit videos on Lego and like live out my dream job every single day of my life. It's amazing. It's a lot more stressful than I thought it would be, but also amazing. What do you think of WandaVision sets? So I personally, like I know a lot of people really want to see WandaVision in Lego form, so do I, but I personally think sets wouldn't quite work. I mean, I think the only thing you could really do is like take one of the sitcoms, probably one of the first two I think, and do like a black and white set, but make it like a TV studio. So I feel like that's kind of the only thing that I can see them doing. I can't think of any like specific like action moments. I mean at this point, because like we haven't seen the finale, there's bound to be something in there, but there's a lot of cool characters and costumes, so I would love if they did like a CMF series of like just WandaVision. I know there's like quite a few people working on that right now in classic, you know, Lego fan form, but I would love to see that be a thing, or even just like some sort of spin-off like Mario type of thing where it's like under the superheroes banner, or just I don't know what else really. An accessory pack maybe. I feel like that would be pretty cool, but I doubt they would do actual sets. But minifigures I would love to see, especially after looking at those pop vinyl ones that have like come out. They look absolutely amazing, and I just wish I was more into that so that I could go and buy them. I mean, I've got a few, except they're all Spider-Man ones, so I'm not really looking to go out and buy pop vinyls of those. Have any embarrassing stories? I really had to think about this one because I feel like it's the classic to be like, oh, I fell over, I peed my pants in public when I was younger. But like I really can't think of a specific thing besides like two things. one of which was me at a dance competition once, and I'm on stage and we're in the middle of our routine and I had to like run back on stage, but when I did, I like slipped and fell over and then like had to get back up. But like even then, I don't think that's that embarrassing. So the other one I remembered is actually when I was at a zoo in Germany, like just before we were about to move back to Australia, and I'm like hanging around this like monkey enclosure type of thing, and like my whole family's there and we're like looking through the mirror. And I guess this is less embarrassing, more traumatizing, but also embarrassing because people were looking at me at the same time. But basically I'm looking through like the little glass shelter, and all of a sudden, I believe it was like a chimpanzee or something, comes and starts like screaming and banging on the glass right in front of me, and I just freak out and I start hysterically crying, and like all of these people are watching me like, oh my goodness, what just happened to that poor child? And I'm like freaking out. It was like, it was wild, it was nuts, it was intense, and I was briefly scared of monkeys for quite a while there after that. But I don't even think that's that embarrassing, but still I thought I would tell you the story while we're here. Do you plan on doing YouTube full-time one day? Yes, if I'm able to, I would absolutely love to, although there has been this like job opportunity that has popped up, which I mean would take me significantly away from YouTube for like 7 or so weeks, so I'm not sure whether or not I'm going to do that. I need to work out if I can balance everything first, because I think it would be really good if I did go and take it. But like that's the thing right now, is like it's not earning me enough money to be able to do it full time. I would absolutely love it to, but right now I still need to do other things to try and keep my income up and make sure that I'm earning enough so that I'm saving a lot and can basically afford to pay for myself and my bills and all of that thing, especially going forward into the future. But I would love to be able to do YouTube full time, and I'm kind of in like a state where it's technically my full-time job, but I still am doing other stuff to like make money and like keep me going just that extra bit. And I think I will have to do that for quite a long time, but that is something I would love to do in the future. But basically whenever someone asks me what I do, I either say that I'm studying and doing a web design diploma, or that I'm a video editor, and I just leave it at that because I don't really like going into details. I mean, I never did even when I worked in film and television. I literally just said editor. I was like, I'm not going into specifics about what I actually do. It's just like a nice blanket answer. People know what you're talking about then. I've seen a Diagon Alley review from you, but I also hear you mention you hope to get it someday. Don't you own it? So I should have probably clarified this a lot better in the last Q&A video, because I was talking about Diagon Alley, and yeah, a few people were actually like, but you own that set. I do. I own the newer, I think it's like 650 Australian dollar one. Like I own the massive one, but the Diagon Alley I keep referencing, I'm like, I really hope to get one day, is the original one that came out in 2011. And that's kind of like my white whale set per se. It's the set that I missed out on as a kid and that I always wanted, and I was so close to getting it, but my sister decided to buy Super Mario Galaxy. A few of you would have heard this story quite a few times, but I was so close to being able to get it. And now it's the only 2011 set I'm missing, besides like the polybags and things like that. So I do really want to get it one day, and I feel like if I ever hit 50k or 100k or something like that, I will buy that set, and that will be like my celebratory live stream type of thing, because I really want it. But it's also really expensive. It's literally the same price as the brand new one, but it has like a third of the pieces or something like that. It's wild. But even to this day, I think it's a gorgeous set and it still holds up. And the fact that you get Borgin and Burkes and Gringotts, which we haven't gotten since that set, makes it even more appealing, I think. Plus the minifigure selection was, I mean, it's kind of average looking back at it now, but like Fred and George, I want them. Even though we've got an updated versions, I still want them. Can you rank all of the Harry Potter movies? Alright, I think I'm gonna have to really think about this. Which one is the bottom? I think for the bottom, I'm gonna have to say the Deathly Hallows Part 1, and that's just because it is a Part 1. It's not a complete movie, and also it's just a lot of traveling, which is like, I mean, I enjoy the movie, but like, it doesn't wrap up. It's a lot of traveling, a lot of forests, a lot of just, so what was that Kylie Jenner meme where it's like just realizing stuff?
Like the year of just realizing stuff. We're all just like realizing things.
Then the Philosopher's Stone, I think purely because the CGI just does not hold up compared to the other films. Like, it still looks really dodgy going back because they had a smaller budget. Then I'm gonna have to go Goblet of Fire. As much as it's a guilty pleasure, it is just not very good at all, and they missed out so much, and it upsets me because the movie just feels really hollow. Then the Deathly Hallows Part 2. Then the Half-Blood Prince, Order of the Phoenix, Chamber of Secrets, and at the very top, of course, we have The Prisoner of Azkaban. I mean, I really like all of the movies. I think with the Harry Potter series specifically, there's not really a bad movie. There's just some that are slightly weaker than the others. And then you've got the cheesy ones like the Half-Blood Prince and the Goblet of Fire, but they're like still kind of good because they're cheesy at the same time. I don't know how to explain it, but that is my ranking. And lastly, will you consider buying Marvel sets? I really like the superheroes theme. I remember buying a few of like the original DC superhero sets, like that Two-Face, Chase, and Batmobile set. I don't even know if that's the right name. I don't think it is. My sister had the Batwing and Joker set, which we still have to this day. We also have the Catwoman Catcycle chase, and we've still got that. I really wanted the Dynamic Duo Funhouse Escape, and I bought my friend the Deadpool X-Men chopper, which I really regret because I wish I got that set for myself, but I just wasn't into Marvel at that time. In fact, the first movie I saw was the Avengers, and it was that year, but I did look at a lot of the sets and I was like, oh, these are really cool. And like, I look back at the Civil War sets and like, they're really good as well. I've got the Hulkbuster from Age of Ultron. I really wish I had the new Scarlet Witch figure, which isn't really that new anymore, but I wish I had her right now because Scarlet Witch has always been my favorite, even more so now with WandaVision. I also really liked the Infinity War sets. I think they were pretty solid, especially the figures. I really like that new Captain America helmet as well, but I really wish I had the Sanctum Sanctorum. That set looks great, even just like the regular one, but like, I'm talking about the big one with the Iron Spider. I wish I had that one. The Endgame sets though, I think they were really weak. I just did not like them. They're not the type of sets for me. I think for some people they probably would have enjoyed them, but not me specifically. And Batman recently has just been kind of weak. I really enjoyed the Joker's Tribe Chase, but specifically with Marvel, I don't see myself getting any of the other ones besides the Miles Morales mech, which I bought in January. Depending on what the summer sets are though, I might buy them. I just really hope that they're like accurate to like some sort of movie. If they do like another type of, we're gonna make our own setup or like make it comic book based, probably not gonna buy it. And hopefully Spider-Man 3 has some good sets that are actually like the movie. I mean, they were okay last time with Far From Home. I really liked the Hydra Man one, but like, just wasn't that into it that I was actually going to purchase it. So instead I just got like, I think I've got the minifigure pack, and then I've got like my Homecoming Spider-Man that I bought, and that's about it. So hopefully Spider-Man 3, they're like super accurate, because then I'll buy them hands down. So those are all of the questions today. Sorry this one's quite short, but I'm getting very warm and I've got a lot of stuff to do today. I'm having one of those days where you like don't fully get ready, but like you just kind of hang around the house and just get a lot of jobs done. I'm having one of those days, so please excuse me. And if you want to ask me a question for next time, please let me know in the comments below and I may answer it. And if you guys enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel down below as well. And until next time, I'll see you later.